Hello, it's Blue Orange 22. Yes, I've had a haircut. No, I don't like that either. I'm in London right now. I'll be in Greece in a few days. You may have followed the update. TikTok brought back my video on male privilege. And I made a video about how they had deleted it. And I thought about deleting that video because, oh, they brought the video back. So now it's, no longer necessary. But I'm going to keep it for a record, because it's important to note and keep a record of censorship when it happens, even if it's undone later. But something I kind of want to touch on kind of again, because it keeps coming up, and I've probably done videos on the past on this because it comes up a lot, is feminists' hypocrisy when it comes to toxic masculinity and deconstructing the patriarchy. Because something feminists always talk about is how toxic masculinity hurts men and the patriarchy hurts men too, because it restricts men's ability to properly express themselves. And under patriarchy, men have a toxic role where they can't express their emotions because it's not seen as masculine. And men who express their emotions are ridiculed and mocked for being effeminate or gay or whatever it is. And yet, I always point out how me being a men's rights activist literally is me expressing my emotions from my masculine side and my masculine point of view. It literally is me as a man expressing myself. And yet feminists will immediately attack someone, even if they identify as a men's rights activist, regardless of the message of what they're saying, regardless of the points that they're saying. And I've even had this debate, I don't know if it's dozens of times or hundreds of times, but even when feminists agree with every single thing that I say, every single point that I raise, whether it's pension ages or domestic violence or circumcision or whatever it is, feminists will say, oh, but the real cause is patriarchy, and the real cause is male toxicity or toxic masculinity, or the real cause is yada, yada, yada. But what does that actually mean? Like tangibly, when you say, oh, well, patriarchy is to blame, but what if I point to 2 years ago when so-and-so feminist organization opposed a law on domestic violence that would make domestic violence laws equal? Or what if I point to this article over here from this feminist group saying why domestic violence or homelessness should be seen as uniquely gendered problems in which men have an inherent privilege? By saying that, by saying men are less vulnerable, you're saying that by default, men aren't really in need of assistance. And so therefore, feminists are in fact perpetuating the idea of toxic masculinity and male gender roles. I just think it's kind of an interesting thing to point out.